And I'm very, very excited because to celebrate the 10th anniversary edition coming out of Love in 90 Days, we have a very, very special series, which is up close and personal interviews with people who have transformed their lives using Love in 90 Days. And I am over the moon excited today to introduce you to the one and only Ann Robbins. Ann is the most extraordinary, incredible love mentor coach. I can't, she's just amazing. We, you know, her secret name is the Miracle Lady of Love. So welcome, Ann. Welcome, Ann. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's wonderful to be here, Dr. Diana.
Well, I just love having you here already, and I know you're going to add so much in terms of your wisdom. So tell us, you know, how were things before you encountered the Love in 90 Days work?
It's so interesting, Dr. Diana, because I was already in a relationship. When I first met you some 7 years ago and joined you, which was a wonderful thing, I was already married. I was already in a relationship. So the Love in 90 Days work didn't help me find love. It helped me find me. And it was an unbelievable experience for me because I took, for example, the Diamond Self-Work. To back up a little bit, if you can picture this, I am number 5 of 11 children.
Wow.
So that's like the major middle child, right?
The middle of the middle.
Oh my God, yeah. So you can imagine what that is like. And I learned at a very early age that, you know, it was sort of like sink or swim. I had to do it or it probably wasn't going to happen. And luckily I learned how to swim. But what I would say is that Love in 90 Days taught me how to scuba dive. Like, seriously, I went from like being able to swim to being able to go deeper and really being able to scuba dive and not have to come up gasping for air. Like, it really enabled me to learn who I am, understand what my gifts are, and be able to joyfully bring those out and embrace them rather than kind of wonder, you know, how to do that. So the Diamond Self-Work for me was transformational because it gave me what I call the 3 C's: the courage, the confidence, the clarity. It was all about that transformation. And I used some of the other components of 1190 Days as well in my business life. So it was a huge help for me, not to mention my clients. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing because the Diamond Self-Work is at the level of identity. It tends to change everything. It really tends to change everything. You have a springboard for your work. You have a springboard for love. You have a springboard to take care of yourself because you feel more deserving. So it tends to do that. It's such a blessing. It's just such a blessing. And it's the most popular work in all the tens of thousands of sessions we've done with people all over the world. It is the most popular work because it enables people to actually generate who they want to be at a neural net level, you know, where you're actually programming in a new name for yourself. And it's your name that's based on the best you could be in the universe and what calls to you, your path, your bliss. So would you mind sharing your Diamond Self name?
Yeah, of course I will. It took me a long time to kind of come up with this name, and I changed it a couple times. And then I have to say, it took me a while to believe it and to really embrace it. But my Diamond Self name is the Guiding Spirit of Eternal Love Miracles.
Wow.
And every time I say it, I get chills. I really do, because it says it all. It really does. And I have come to embody that, I think, not just in the love mentoring, but in how I really look at myself and my life and my love relationship and things like that. So it's been a great journey for me, and finally, getting that name.
That is awesome. And you mentioned something really incredibly important, which is in the beginning, it's kind of strange to give yourself a diamond self nickname. A lot of the women will give themselves names like Saucy Minx, Vivacious Vixen, Beloved Mighty Isis, Radiant Goddess of Love, and magnetic energy and healing, whatever it is, whatever occurs to them. But there's also this disappointing self-identity that immediately crops up and says, oh, that's too grand. Oh, that's ridiculous, based on the earlier programming we had in childhood, where we were not told that we were great. We were not told we had light. We were not told that we could be empowered in the world, and often many of us were actually told the opposite. Like I know for myself, I was actually called a piece of shit, literally, and told that I was stupid. So when I started the Diamond Self-Work, I was actually embarrassed to say the name to anyone because I thought they would laugh, with my Diamond Self-Name.
And you didn't quite believe it yet, probably.
No, I didn't believe it at all. I was just playing with it, and just that little willingness to kind of go with it and play with it and kind of see what happens, which is what we tell women, even though it may seem too far, too hard, too high, too wonderful, too great for something to have, be manifesting through you. But to have try to have a little willingness and play with it. And it helps you then work out this negativity. It helps you kind of rub that clean, that part of your brain that keeps going, you're fat, you're old, you're big, you're not that, you're fat, you're horrible, blah. And you want to just, flatten that out and smooth it out and replace that with that diamond self-identity. And it always happens. All it takes is a little willingness, just a little willingness to keep at it. And you can create great change, giant change in actually who you are in the world. Do you agree?
True. The other thing that really stood out for me when I started reading Love in 90 Days and then using Love in 90 Days with my love mentoring clients was the love intention, which I had never really thought too much about the power of intention, or I, of course, had heard about it, but never really worked with it or lived it. And for me, I didn't really need a love intention, although I created numerous love intentions, I guess, for various parts of my life. But the biggest one is on the career side for me. I took that love intention and I created like a self-intention or a self-love intention. And from that came out the net of all that was that I then became certified as a health coach, and I then became certified as an essential oil coach because I realized that the direction for me was helping, healing, whether it's healing a broken heart or whatever the case may be. And were it not for the work that I did in that book, I'm not sure that this transformation would have occurred. And I mean that sincerely. And I literally reinvented myself as a result of doing the Diamond Self-Work and the Love Intention. Not to mention looking at deadly dating patterns, which show up in other areas of your life. One thing is how you do everything. So I really was able to take a look at myself and just, I'm better. I'm better as a result. It was awesome for me. So don't anybody ever say, well, I'm not looking for love, so I shouldn't read that book. this is a life book. In addition to a love book, it's a life book.
Yeah, I feel so blessed to have it come through me, and it is very, very comprehensive, because in order to have very deep, lasting, passionate love, you have to have it all. Basically, you really have to have it all. You have to feel deserving. You have to feel self-loving. You have to feel confident. That's the ground. The outer world mimics the inner world, and your inner world, it's got to be in order to, attract that. The beauty of it is, with this little willingness, you can actually do both, really, really do both. And I know you had a really interesting case just recently that was very, very successful with changing both the inner and the outer world.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I received the email of a lifetime a few days ago. I'm already getting a little choked up when I talk about her. I had a mentoring client in Europe, just an amazing young woman. She was in her early 40s. She had 2 children by 2 previous men, and was so desperately wanting at her stage of life to get into a relationship with someone that it would be sustainable, and also someone that would accept her children as his own, and someone that would not judge her because she already had 2 kids with 2 different men. And she had said to me all along, I don't want any more children. And I said, okay, that's fine. You don't need to have more children. But what came out as a result of our work together, she really did want more children. She was afraid that if she had a 3rd child by a 3rd man, and then things fell apart, like, oh my goodness, who will ever want me then? So I remember one time very, very distinctly where we would Skype, because she was in Europe, so we could see each other. She just crying and sobbing. And she's saying, maybe I'm just meant to be alone. I just don't believe there's anyone out there for me. And, it's better to just dream about it than to be disappointed. And just really heartfelt tears. And I just said to her, you know what? This is not an option. We're not doing this because you don't want to be alone. You've told me so many times what it is that you want. You don't want to be alone. So guess what? Being alone is not an option. We're going to do this.
That is great fairy godmother mentoring. There, you heard it here. That is great fairy godmother mentoring. And that's what helps you change your life. That kind of taking a stand. I love that. Taking a stand for the person's dream.
Absolutely. And guess what? It changed her life. There were a few things she wanted. She wanted a man who, as I mentioned, would accept her 2 children. She wanted a man, she thought, who didn't want children because she thought she didn't. And she wanted a man who could dance, because dancing was her outlet. It was her passion. It was what she just loved to do to, let herself go. And as a little girl, she used to turn the music up and just dance in her bedroom to just let it all hang out. So we got her going on the dating program of 3. Well, first of all, we did her diamond self-name, which is beautiful. And I actually looked it up today. Sparkling Swan Lady. Now,
wow.
That doesn't sound, it makes you go, but each word has a meaning. Sparkling was her dancing. Swan was her transformation from her ugly dating life to the beautiful swan. So it's going to go from ugly duckling to swan in their dating life. And lady, because I am, is what she would say.
Love it.
Sparkling Swan Lady.
I love it.
Then we moved into her love intention, which is so beautiful. I still have the email. She says, hello, Ann. Thank you so much for yesterday's session. I got my power back. Here is the love intention I am writing out on my pink paper. Wait till you hear this, Dr. Diana. I'm shaking. This is so amazing. My loving partner and I share a fulfilling, enriching, fun, and passionate life together that includes family time, couple time, sports and traveling, music, and dance.
Whoa.
Then I get the second email. Oops, I forgot something. She was great. Our relationship is a safe container for our growth.
Ah!
I know.
Wow.
So with all that, we got going on the dating program of 3. At one point, we went from tears, maybe I'm meant to be alone, to, oh my God, Ann, it's raining men. There's so many men. What am I going to do? So I just received an email from her, and it was her family photo saying Happy New Year and thank you. And it was a photo of her and her man and her 2 children and their new baby boy. And she says that he says, I have never loved you more than I do now.
Oh, that totally gives me chills.
I know. I know. So that, when I got that last week or so, a few days ago, it just made me sit there and say, oh my gosh, this is the power of love mentoring. This is why we do what we do. How we literally transform lives. And think about it, not just her life, but her children, her new baby. All of this came about because she finally believed in herself and took a stand for herself and worked the program, and the program worked.
Wow, that is just beautiful. You know, and I talk a lot about getting love beyond your wildest dreams, and this is an example of how that works. It's love beyond her wildest dreams. She even has an additional child that she's in love with, and her beloved's in love with, on top of everything. And this is amazing. You know, when you do this work, the universe provides, and it usually is beyond your wildest dreams. So thank you for sharing that. Do you have any last words of wisdom, Ann?
I think just, you know, believe, like that's the word of the day or the word of the year. Believe in your diamond self name, believe in your love intention, believe in the power of love in 90 days and what working with a mentor can do for you. Because if you want it, if you really want it, there's no reason why you can't have it.
I love it. No matter what has happened, no matter how you've been betrayed, left, abused, it's really true. Really, really true.
It is true. So
thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. So yes, you guys, and you know, if you want to delve into this, pick up a copy of Love in 90 Days. The really great news is that right now it comes with $1,000 of bonus gifts from over 40 leading beauty and love gurus. It's just incredible. All you need to do to get your book and get your gifts is to go to lovein90days.com. That's lovein90days.com. Click on the top where it says $1,000 bonus gift with book purchase, and just follow the prompts and you'll be able to do that. And you'll have to keep us posted on your progress. I'm very excited about it. Definitely, if you like the video, please like it and please share it. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, also please like it and share it and subscribe to my channel. And until next week, I can't wait to see you guys. Lots of love, and thank you, Ann.